School has let out for summer, and that means a few things for me. One, my after-school kids classes are over until the fall, and I'm going to miss my school year kids terribly. Two, the studio I work at will soon be transitioning to summer camps, and for the first time in like 6 years, I will not be teaching a single summer camp. So I'm going to double miss my kids, because some of them I only get to see in the summer. And three, the extra kids shelves I use throughout the year to store and process my work will be occupied by beautiful kids' creations, while I am relegated to my single standard 2-foot by 4-foot shelf. And here's the problem with that. I have tools and clay to store that will take up like a third of that shelf right out the gate. So when I spend an afternoon throwing, I often have more than one shelf's worth of pottery that needs to be put away while it dries. I work in a communal space, so I can't just leave things out. And then, if I go in the next day and throw some more, the pots from the day before still need a place to sit and dry, and the new pots just have nowhere to go. So before I lose my extra shelves, I'm going to try to throw as many mugs as possible. I pretty much wedged all of the clay I had on hand and decided I couldn't leave until I turned the entire bag of clay into mugs. What you're watching now is about an hour's worth of throwing at like 20x speed. I can get the mugs looking pretty similar without measuring, as long as the amount of clay I'm starting with is the same every time. Most of the time, when you see my things and they are noticeably different, it's probably because I threw them at different times. All the mugs I made tonight are going to look pretty dang similar, but the mugs I make tomorrow might all have slight differences. Some mugs might end up a little taller, some might have a smaller rim, but that's part of the beauty of handmade things. And I can prove it. Every now and again, I pop into a Crate and Barrel or Pottery Barn to see what the big box stores are cooking up, and recently I've noticed them making intentionally wonky items to make them look handmade. Look at this, when you stack them all together, it looks like these bowls are all one of a kind. But they're still 100% identical. If you line them up, you can see that each imperfection is repeated identically on every single bowl, which is kind of funny to me. I mean, honestly, I'm glad that a variety of aesthetics are available to people at a lower price point. Like, those bowls are nice looking, and at only $10 a pop, they are way more affordable than something handmade by a single artist. It is a little frustrating. Potters can spend years intentionally developing a style that factories would struggle to reproduce. But then manufacturers notice trends, their technology catches up, and you kind of have to pivot again to make sure you're justifying the price difference between your work and a factory's work for the consumer. And things get all kinds of weird when you realize a lot of mass-produced pottery is still being handmade by talented people. It's just mass-produced overseas by craftspeople who get paid pennies on the hour to do a single step of the process with zero artistic input or autonomy. Anyway, if I think too hard about global capitalism, I start losing the will to live, so I'm gonna focus on getting as much done as I can before I lose those extra shelves. Wish me luck!